Good evening, everybody. This is Prophetess Stephanie coming to you. And sorry I'm so late today. I was on it, and so it just happens. And forgive me, but I'm here, and forgive the no makeup too because I'm sorry. I've been kind of doing other things today, and that was not my priority or my focus was to put on makeup. So anyway, today's talk is about boundaries. I know I'm gonna step on I hopefully won't step on anybody's toes, but you will understand where I'm coming from when you hear what this is about. There's a lot of times that we actually cross boundaries being single, and we've got to respect the boundary. We have to respect the boundaries. We have to respect what's going on in other people's lives. Sorry. We have to respect, people's marriages and relationships and things like that. And there's a lot of people who do not respect boundaries. They do not respect the other people's relationship. And some of it, a lot of it's for selfish reasons because they may want somebody's man or they may want somebody's woman or whatever the case may be. But here, put this out here. Here is where we all have to respect boundaries. I am going to start off with this is hard. This is a hard one for me, y'all. But I don't want to say it's hard necessarily for me, but it's just hard to put out there to you guys, because I feel like I may offend some people. But I don't. The offense is, if it comes off as an offense to you, then you're probably doing this and you have no business doing this. So I'm just going to put it out there just like that. Number one, men and women. I need you guys to stay away from men and women that are married, or in a relationship. They got a boo, they married, they got a spouse, whatever it happens to be. Stay away from married people. Stay away from people who have relationships. Respect the boundaries that they have within their relationship with whom they're with. Respect that. Especially if you're a married woman, married man, and you have friends. You have these friends, and some friends sometimes want to be more than just friends. So I need you guys to respect boundaries, respect relationships, respect even if a person is getting into a relationship or you don't know what their status is. You know what? Respect that. If the person comes to you and gravitates to you, and then that's for a reason, then you know what, hey, go for it, especially if they're single or or anything of that nature. But if that person is not gravitating to you, it's for a reason, because they're already in something or getting out of something, or they're married or whatever it happens to be. Respect the boundaries. Don't chase after somebody who's not chasing after you. Number one right there. Men, stay out of strip clubs. Stay out the strip clubs, man. Just 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 say no. Just say no. Keep your money in your pocket, because you know what? More than likely that money could go towards your family. That more than likely that money could go towards a business idea. That money can go towards paying for baby mama's drama, whatever, child support or whatever it is. Um, that money can go towards your girlfriend. buy her some flowers with that money instead of you throwing it out, the dollars, throwing it at the girls. Stay out the strip club, men. Especially if you're men of God. Stay out the strip clubs. There's no good that comes from that. So you just stay out the strip clubs, man. There's money that could be used very, very wisely, and that's money that's being used unwisely. Okay. You want to drink at home. You want to see somebody dance? Let your girlfriend or your wife dance for you. You ain't got to go to some other place to have your jollies when you have a wife, girlfriend, boo, whatever it happens to be, whoever she happens to be or he happens to be. Same thing goes for women. Women, stay out the strip clubs. Since y'all being in the strip club, what's there for you? There's nothing there for you, okay? Especially if you're a woman of God or a man of God. That's not the place for y'all to be. All right. Um, the number two is don't be alone with somebody else's man or woman, spouse, boo. Um, in public, it's all good, right? Um, and sometimes it's not even all good in public because people get the misinterpretation that you sneak in, you're doing this, you're doing that. When you put yourself in that kind of situation, you're setting yourself up for ridicule. You're setting yourself up for failure, right? So don't put yourself in those kinds of situations. When you don't put yourself in that kind of situation, you don't have to worry about anybody talking about you. You don't have to worry about somebody tweeting about you. You don't have to worry about, you ain't even got to worry about somebody putting you on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not putting yourself in that kind of situation. Um, don't break bread. Don't take another man or woman to dinner. Don't do it because that would be a that's bad too, okay, y'all. That's bad too. I'm just gonna put it like that. Don't break bread with somebody else's man or woman or boo. Um, just don't do it. It's all wrong. It's all bad. It's all gonna come to a head at the end, and it's not gonna be pretty sight, and you're gonna be caught up in something that you don't need to be caught up in, and so just don't break bad bread. Sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Um, don't break bread with anybody else's husbands, wives, boos. Stay out their relationships, y'all. Stay out of their relationships. If they having troubles, it's all good for counsel, but there's even a level of counsel that has to actually stop. There is a level of counsel that there's you can only go so far with counseling, especially if it's a single woman counseling a married couple, and vice versa, or whatever it happens to be. Even a married couple, doing a single person. You've got to, the counseling has got to be up up above board. That's the word I want to use. Above board. You've got to stick to your public places, and you can't hug nobody. You know, hug from the waist. Don't be trying to be all upon them and all that kind of stuff. And you holding on to them way too long. All that kind of thing. If that's not your man or your woman, don't be hugging on that, because people talk. People will instantly put your business out on Front Street. And especially in this day and age, in this society that we live in, it'll be out there with a quickness. So You have got to not do that. Respect. Give That's a boundary. You got to respect that boundary. You got to respect that person. You got to respect that relationship. You have to just have the ultimate respect for people nowadays, especially. Not that you didn't never have to, but now is we're in this digital era, and everything is seen as even if it's not, everything is being crude, and we've got to stop that. We're so busy being petty and messy that we don't see the why you being petty and messy. Stop talking about people. Stop, especially talking about people behind their backs. Stop spreading rumors. Stop doing all of that stuff, because you don't know what that other person is going through. You don't know why that person is getting a divorce or going through whatever they're going through. But you too busy talking behind their back. Um, and oh girl, she was doing this and oh man, did you see him? He was with her today. Don't do that, y'all, because you don't know what's behind what they talking about, what they going through the same thing, and you trying to pass judgment on somebody else. So we've got to stop, and have boundaries. We have to respect each other. We have to respect each other's space. We have to respect each other's marriages. We have to respect each other's relationships. We have to respect. You know, if you give respect, you're going to get it back. If you don't give respect, you ain't going to get no respect. Plain and simple. I'm sure all of our parents have taught us that. You have to have respect to get respect. All right. We're going to go on to number 3, men and women. This is huge. Do not let another man or woman fulfill the needs and desires of your wife or your husband. Do not let another man or woman fulfill the needs and desires your husband or wife or boo thing is supposed to be fulfilling. Don't do it. That's detrimental to your relationship. That's detrimental to your marriage. That's detrimental to you as a whole. That is detrimental. You cannot covet somebody else's wife, husband, because number one, it says do not do it in the Bible, and you have to respect the Bible, especially if you are men and women of God. You have to respect what the Bible says, and it does say do not covet anybody else's man or wife. It technically talks about wife, but it goes vice versa. So do not let some other person be with your man or your wife. Do not let some other person, because if you're not giving it to them, the man and woman is going to go out and seek it from somebody else. Do not allow that to happen to you, because it's harder to recover, and it's harder to accept when somebody cheats on you, even when you're not fulfilling or doing your duty as a man or woman. Even if you're not doing it, it is still an ego breaker for people, because they they don't want to know that you're out cheating. They don't want to know that you're out with another person, even though they're not giving you with your desires in your heart. They don't want to know that. They can't accept that. That to them is you're not upholding your marriage agreement. You have dismantled the marriage because of the simple fact that you went out and got it from somebody else and didn't get it for your husband or your wife or your girlfriend. You defiled the marriage. So that's an ego breaker for most men and women, that when you go outside of the marriage, you're cheating on them, even though you don't feel that you're cheating, because of the simple fact that they're not giving you none. it's still cheating, y'all. It's still, you're still coveting somebody else's wife or husband, or girl. She may not be your girl, but she could be somebody's girl that you still haven't, or men that you having a relationship with. You're in a relationship or you're doing them because it felt good, because you wanted to, because it was, it was there, it was accessible. She threw yourself or he threw yourself at them, and you're like, you know what, I ain't been getting it from my wife, I ain't been getting it from my husband, so I might as well get it from somebody. If you feel that way, you need to get out of your marriage. You need to really get out of the marriage. If that is your, if you're having those kinds of issues, there are much deep rooted issues there, that need to be explored, that need to be investigated, that need to be talked about, because it's just not them not being able to fulfill your needs. There's a greater depth to it, and you guys need to talk about it. You need to sit down, you need to get counseling, you need to do a lot of things to overcome that. And the only way that you do that is to talk to each other. If you feel that you cannot talk to each other, go to counseling. If you feel that the counseling is not working, it is called time, y'all. Everything does not happen instantaneously. God does not answer your word instantaneously. He can, but not always does he do that. Okay? Sometimes God's words takes years to manifest. So why in the world do you think that, if he gave you a word that, dissolve your marriage? Well, how long have you been trying? Have you been trying for, 6 months? Have you been trying for 2 weeks? Have you been trying for one day? All of it is relative. It's all time relative. But listen to God's discerning voice, because he will speak to you on this. He will give you the direction in which, the guidance in which you should go with that. All right. And then my fourth point is again, I've already said this. No hugging, y'all. Don't hug somebody else's man or woman, especially if it's physical and that you're feeling each other. Don't do that. That's wrong, y'all. That is really, really wrong. You can't do that because you've got, oh, so many people. And I'm not saying it just because the people be looking at you. I'm saying it because number one, it's wrong. But number two, again, somebody is looking at you. And you never know who is looking at you and is going to go back and say something to somebody. It may not even be that person that you hugging. It could be somebody down the street and around the corner that wasn't there, and they didn't even know. But you went back and told them, and they done spread it all over the world. This big, huge rumor has started. Ooh, girl, she was all up on him. Ooh, he was all up on her. Y'all, come on. Really? You don't want nobody talking about you like that? Seriously. So don't do that. That's just being disrespectful. Men, don't do it to women. Women, don't do it to men. And especially if you're in a marriage or a situation, marriage, relationship, whatever, just keep your distance. That's the better off you'll be. You'll have less drama, trust me, in your life. And it won't get back to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, or your wife. Okay. Inappropriate compliments. Yes, I just got my hair done, y'all. Yes, men can say, yes, ooh, you look really nice. That's a really nice, your hair looks really nice today. Yes, oh, I like that outfit. You look really good today. Okay, that's about the extent of the compliments. Okay, y'all. When it gets down to, look at her butt in that dress. Ooh, you look good today. Y'all, that, mm, okay, can't be doing that. Um, or, ooh, ooh, what's that fabric? That feels real good right there. What is that? No, don't even do that. Okay. Don't touch somebody inappropriately. Don't compliment inappropriately. it's nice to give compliments because everybody loves to hear them. Hey, oh girl, you look good today. Oh, them lashes is popping, things like that. Okay, that's good, you know. But that's about it. That's you can't go too much further than that. Be like, man, you look good in them jeans today. I wanted to get at you. Inappropriate. That's inappropriate, y'all. You can't say that to people. Because again, you never know who's around the corner paying attention to what you're saying. So that's gonna get back to your girlfriend, your wife, your boyfriend, whatever. It's gonna come back and it's gonna be all blew up and blew out of proportion, and it's gonna be a sad mess. So you cannot be sitting up there talking about he looked good in them jeans. If he did, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. You gotta keep it to yourself. Sorry, y'all, my phone is ringing. But keep it to yourself, okay? You can't everything you think you can't say. Everything you think you can't say, okay? Because I've thought some things, but if that man is married, I'm gonna keep that to myself because I don't want that getting back to nobody and somebody saying something to me about what I done thought about their man. Okay, nope. I'm just gonna be a good little steward of the Lord, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, yep, go ahead. That's somebody else's man. I'm gonna say that about my own man when I get one, okay? So, and I don't want nobody saying it about my man when I get a man. Don't be complimenting my man, because that won't go well for you. It won't go well for you. I'm just gonna let you know right now. It's not gonna go well for you. I might give that look, and you're gonna know what that look is for, and then you'll be like, "Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go on over. Yeah, you keep on walking, boo, because that's mine. Okay, love you too, but not today. We don't play that. As the whole saying goes, homie, don't play that. Not over here. I don't play that, especially when it comes to my man. I'm like, I don't mind you complimenting him as long as it's appropriate compliments. But anything other than that, that's for me to do. Thank you. Okay. So, um, do not flirt. Do not flirt. Don't flirt with my man. Mm-mm. No, you go and flirt with your own man. You don't flirt with anybody else's husband. You don't flirt with anybody else's wife. You don't talk to them inappropriately. You don't speak with them inappropriately. You don't hug them inappropriately. You don't do any of these things, you guys. These are, if you are a man or woman of God in a church, Bible based church, you don't do these things. These are boundaries that you have to set. And whether you are a pastor, whether you are a minister, whether you are a deacon, whether you are you serve, okay, in any capacity, you have to respect the boundaries of the people, okay? If you want them to respect you, you've got to respect them right back, all right? Do not flirt. Don't flirt. Don't flirt. It may sound good, and it's very what's the word I want to use? It may be very innocent. It may be very innocent, but somebody's going to misconstrue it. And somebody's going to say something about it. And again, it'll blow up and it'll blow out of proportion. And then you just got a big old huge mess on your hands. Just don't do it. Though if somebody gives you information about somebody doing this, somebody inappropriately flirted, inappropriately touched, inappropriately, complimented, any of these things, investigate it first before you go and you accuse the person because you do not know what the content was of which it was delivered, okay? Because everybody can deliver the content and make it look like it's something when it wasn't anything. So investigate first before you go and you sit up there and you accuse people of something, okay? Investigate. Have boundaries, all of that good stuff, but investigate. Do not accuse. If you can also just be like, if I heard this, is this true? And sometimes the people will lie and sometimes the people will tell the truth, but you can't go and accuse somebody when you don't have facts. Okay, so do not make assumptions, because those assumptions can blow up in your own face. Okay. And that is pretty much all that I have today on boundaries, you guys. So, again, boundaries. Do not appropriately touch a man, inappropriately touch a man or a woman. Do not flirt with them. Do not hug them unless it is from the waist. You can kiss them on their cheek. Do not kiss them anywhere near their mouth. Whew, heaven forbid. Uh, um, there are, oh gosh, there's so many other ones. Just keep it clean, you guys. Keep it. If you are men and women of God and you don't want nobody doing nothing that you wouldn't do to anybody else, there you go. Right? So keep it clean, keep it modest, and just keep it godly. Keep it godly, because we don't. There's all kind of things in the Bible laws that we have to actually abide by, and a lot of these laws are broken every single day. Okay, so I'm just trying to get us back into the things that we're supposed to be doing, as men and women of God, instead of things that we're not supposed to be doing as men and women of God. Okay, so y'all have a good night. I love you. I love you. I love you. Book tour is coming out. Singleness is not a bad thing. I am so excited. We have women's conferences coming up. The first one is in June of 2019 here in LA. And it will be June 29th and 30th. Location is to be determined. I will give you that information shortly. Again, Singleness is Not a Bad Thing tour. I will be touring with another person. Her name is Pastor TJ, and she is out of Denver, Colorado. And we will be doing a faith and relationship conference. Okay. I will be traveling around the country this year. So y'all check me out. If you want me to come to your church, if you want us to come to your church, we're going to be in Denver. We're going to be in LA. We're going to be in Miami, and we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you would like to add any of those dates for us to come on out and speak to you about faith and relationships, speak to your congregation, or speak to your women's groups, or whatever it happens to be, sign some books, whatever it happens to be, we are available. So just hit us up. You can hit me up on my website. That is stephaniecarew.com. That is stephaniecarew.com. That's CAREW.com. I also have my book information up there. And I also will have when it will actually go up for pre-sale. That will be shortly. All right. So the pre-sales are going to be coming up shortly. But again, we're booking tours. We have tours already started. So come and check us out. All right. I hope to see you soon. I will see you actually next Monday at 7:30. I will try to be on time. Sorry. Next Monday, 7:30. And that would be 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Blessings to you. Love you very much. Bye-bye.